Hey, Mason here, Churchill Mortgage, Realtor Law number 10, the final law. I hope you've been with us through the whole journey. If not, you want to go back and see some, just let me know. I can send you a link to the other videos. Today is team culture. Team culture is extremely important. We can't do what we do. We can't execute at the level we are or we want to execute at if our teams are not on board and doing a great job. Making sure your team's on board and serving you well and serving your clients well is super important. But to do that, you have to have a great culture. So how do we have a great culture without breaking the bank? A few ways to do this, from cheap and free things to expensive things. Let's go through a few of them now that we do. First of all, a daily team meeting. Now, this doesn't have to be a big deal. What you want to do is not lead it every day yourself. Use your team, have them all be representatives of the different days. So my team, on Mondays we do goal setting. On Tuesday it's pipeline. We go around every file and process and prospecting to know who's on what file and where we are in each file. On Wednesdays is a book club where we read a book together. Thursdays is Wheel of Life. We pick a spoke of the Wheel of Life and we talk about one of those spokes that day, and one of my team members runs that and has a question of the day about that spoke wheel to answer and talk about. And then Fridays are fun Fridays. We do some random games, some random skit. Sometimes it's a random food item, but it's a real easy thing to do. But get to know your team members on those days. Food is a great way to bring people together, and it's really can be free or cheap. So randomly bring food to the office. Donuts in the morning for breakfast burritos. Summertime, I love a good snow cone, so summertime snow cones. Sometimes Chick-fil-A has a seasonal shake, so bring a seasonal shakes. But use food, it can be relatively cheap and easy there. Or have potlucks, once a month potlucks where everybody brings in something. You can have different ethnicity days for Asian food one day, Mexican food one day, but rotate around and let people bring their favorite dishes. So food's a great way to bring people together. Book clubs are a great idea. Have people recommend a book that you all want to read together and talk about, once a week or once a month, or maybe you just talk about the book, and at the end of 2 months, everybody's read it. But people reading books is super important for engagement, for finding interest, and learning and growing together. So daily or even weekly questions. You should go around the table and everybody on your team answer a question every week to get to know them. These can be funny things, it can be serious things, it can be your favorites. Right now it's holidays. Like I went around recently and got everybody on my team's favorite alcoholic drink, their favorite wine or cocktail or beer. I wrote them all down because it can be a great gift for the holidays. So there's one idea there. Volunteer days are free and they're a great way to build team culture and camaraderie. So some of my team members, their favorite thing we do as a team is to volunteer 2 or 3 times a year at different events. So don't overestimate or underestimate, I should say, the value of a handwritten note. So I tend to keep these things with me. Whenever I get them, I put them on a board behind me, and I go through those every couple of years and kind of clean up my board. But just the value of getting a note in the mail, a handwritten note, super important. So when's the last time you wrote a handwritten thank you note to your team members? So another way to do that really cheap and easy, you can get personalized stationery. It's not expensive. Get personalized stationery, plenty of places online to get it. If you need a link for that, please email me. I'm happy to get you a link for who I use. But a simple piece of stationery, you can write a quick note to your team members or their family members every so often and say thank you. Great way to go around. So minimally expensive things now. If you have a bigger team, you can do employee of the month. Maybe that person gets a gift card to Amazon or a half a day paid time off. But employee of the month is a great way to go for bigger teams. Now, if you have smaller teams, it'd be a little bit difficult. Plus, there's not as many people to go around, right? Random food gift. One of my team's favorite things to do is every so often we're all talking in one of our daily team meetings, and somebody brings up, like last week it was sushi. Somebody had a craving for sushi, so we all just went and got sushi for lunch that day. Like those random things where you just jump on an idea somebody had and you execute on it. Super fun thing to do. It makes the team happy, and it's not all that expensive to go to lunch, especially if you go to all you can eat sushi Fridays. Just an idea. Decorating the office. This was a recent one for us too. One of my team members loves Christmas. Didn't expect that, but she was super excited when I said, hey, we should decorate the office, and she took it and ran with it. So think about decorating the office or maybe redecorating or holiday decorations. Some people on your team may really enjoy that, and maybe a way they can pour in the part of themselves and their creative talents into your office. So think about that. Doesn't have to be expensive either. Competition. I love competition. So if you have a small team, maybe find other teams around you that you know of, as your competitors even. If you're a realtor, then maybe you have other real estate teams you know around the area, other real estate teams in your office. But do team competitions. That could be for best Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations. It could be team Olympics. Just find a reason to engage with other people if you're on a small team. If you're on a big team, you can do competitions amongst yourselves. But don't think just because you're a small team, you can't still do these kind of things. Just find other teams around you. Even if they're competitors, we all know people at other competing shops we can just have fun with. Right? There's enough business to go around, so we can still enjoy being together and having fun competitions with other people. So keep that in mind. And then just random gifts. So I've got a few things here randomly that I've collected over the years. A baseball bat was given to me. It was personalized for me with my name on it and my company logo. I got this great sign from a previous coach of mine. I saw it in her office. I loved it, made a comment on it, and she randomly sent it to me. Sent me one of hers, not the one that was in her office, but she ordered one for me as well because I loved it. I don't know if you ever see these at Hallmark, but like I love these coasters. They have funny sayings and funny quotes on them. So I buy these things whenever I see them if there's some I don't have yet. But I also give these out. Like if I see one that makes me think of somebody, I'll buy it and I'll send it to them with a little personalized note and just say, hey, maybe this made me think of you. It's good for a laugh. I've got these from my wife. Actually gave me these. Read me when you're happy, thankful, angry, anxious, lonely, or sad. Bible verses on them. So like sometimes we're just having a day and you feel a certain way. This is a great way to pull something out and it's thoughtful, right? And obviously nice gifts from time to time as well, based on personalized interest and thoughts. So those are some minimally expensive gifts you can do. Now, expensive things. This is when it's really fun. Team trips are a great way to do things. If you can afford to do an Airbnb on the coast or an Airbnb somewhere fun or team vacation somewhere, those are obviously expensive things for great profitable markets. But sometimes those type of expenses, when you spend a lot of money, but you really take really good care of your team, those are what you build those lifelong bonds with, and that loyalty that when the market shifts and things aren't as good, that team's going to stay with you because you built such great memories and they know you've taken care of them. So all these are great ways for building team culture, for maintaining team culture, from free to expensive. I hope you'll take a couple of these ideas and use them. Let me know if you have any questions.